Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are here with game 3 of Senin versus Che4mo. And looks like we've just started. We are here just in time. All right, so I had Twitch up, excuse me. That was me. All right, so looks like we've got a standard 6-6 for these two. This being game 3, two of these settings are going to be toggled. So both have to go through Uncle and Escape. Indeed. All right, nothing so far. So it looks like we're going to have to do this bomb escape.
Alright, now they should be able to hear me.
All right, so I am Lumago, one of your commentators, and with me in the co-coms is Math Girl. Math Girl, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can y'all hear
Awesome.
me? Test. There we go. That should be better.
All right. And Math Girl, also our restreamer. We've got Nick 9000 on tracking, so thanks to everybody joining today, and thanks to our crew getting assembled very quickly for this.
Yep. Especially thanks to Nick and Lumaga for hopping in. Whoa.
So with the bomb escape, they got 10 bombs. They only need about 4 or 5 here, but they really got to be careful with their bomb management.
Yep. Also, Che4mo needs to be a little careful with his health as well. Oh goodness, as does Senin.
Oh, you don't want to take a death here. Alright, both of them down to the bottom with 1 heart container left. Fortunately, 3 hearts under the pots in one of the cells.
Yeah, fortunately. that was a little close for comfort.
A couple quick pots to the face, and Zelda's free. Today, just a quarter heart piece, but that's enough for 1 extra heart.
So, what kind of fancy trolls are you hoping for today, Lumaga?
I have seen so many fancy trolls and just downright dirty seeds in this tournament. You know, you could pick any item and it could be a troll. But today, why don't we go for something like boots?
Oh, that's mean. I like how you think.
It's a nice little equalizer because if it's very far down the seed, you're relying on your base movement, and you know nobody gets an advantage of super speed real quick.
True. Although I do glitched mode, so I kinda like boot start. Wish that were a thing in no glitches. So it looks like Che4mo's playing as Sonic, while Senin's playing as base game Link.
Yeah, shout out to the talented members of the sprite development community. putting a lot of work into the, over 100 sprite choices we have now?
I think it's at over 200 probably by this point, maybe even
Goodness.
300.
So we still got bombs, so we can check the back of escape early without having to come back.
Yep.
And both of these runners, I'm sure, are hoping for something very interesting in the back of escape, because we've got nothing so far. No weapons, and running short on bombs too.
So
Che4mo
my
running down to
favorite
2.
strat for this room is to just suicide bomber the rat.
Yeah, he's got to do kamikaze strats here. Yeah, picks up the key with that last bomb, so he cannot check the back of escape.
Alright, let's see what's back here though. 20 rupees, shield, and 300. So a little extra money, but otherwise nothing too concerning.
Well, that extra money is going to help for a couple of reasons. Bottle vendor in Kakariko, and buying some more bombs too.
Yeah.
And the other thing is it's going to play some mind games with, is it Che4mo or Che4mo?
I'm honestly not sure. I've always called him.
Okay.
Actually, I think it's
someone's
Che4mo. Che4mo, because
it is going to play some mind games with Che4mo, because those are 3 chests.
Okay,
chat telling me that it's Che4mo.
Oh, I should probably add you to the comm list. Whoopsie daisies.
Alright, some arrows out of the tree pull, but no bow, so no big deal. But there's some bombs out of the bush crab, so that'll be nice for when we get to Kakariko, particularly for Che4mo.
83 is the number on your name, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't see what was up there.
Neither did I.
Maybe Jack can help us out. I saw the, tip of the bottom of that. Was that a bow?
Oh, that's so mean if so.
That is mean. All these checks and still no weapons, but at least Che4mo, picking up a full heart container, now has 1.5, so he was near death at just shortly before that. Alright, no weapons in sight, but we got 13 checks coming here in Kakariko. 14 if we find a bottle.
Alright, so let's see what's here in Blind's hut. 20 rupees. 3 bombs. Little love. Hammer. Ooh.
Our first key item here is a hammer. Nice weapon, nice utility item too.
And 300 rupees. Actually our tracker's saying he said it looked like a bow to him as well.
That's an awful place for a bow. Because it could be the first bow that's available to you. It could be the second bow, and you have no clue until you're funneled into that position.
Yep. Alright, so we've got crystals, 5, 6, and then regular pendant. In that order.
There's the bottle in the Kakariko well, so there's that extra check off a sick kid. Oh my goodness, just rupees and hearts. Now, Math Girl, this is game 3, so we mentioned it was a standard opening and then 6-6. Do you know who changed which settings?
I do not, sorry.
It's always interesting to see what are the runners, thinking when they change a setting. Are you going to try and outroute or out execute the person? There's our flute up on the race game. That's nice. Only the second item here out of the first 20 checks. And just some mobility. So it will save some time. I'm sure that both runners will go activated immediately and then be able to avoid the save and quits and the extra seconds that will be spent on the loading screen.
Yep. They actually added time to the loading screen to something extended MSU something crash something.
Yeah, a lot of people eagerly awaiting the hotfix, which is ready, just some technical things to deal with. There's our first flute activation off of Che4mo, sent in shortly behind. And then they've got access to the rest of the overworld, light world at least.
Alright. And all rise for Sinan. I am the quacking duck, flying you to and fro. I'm your silly webkey, look at me go. Flying around your lake, flying you in your will. I do not charge a fee, but still have a bill.
Oh, goodness. Was that a reference to Dr. Bob or In the Name of DT? One of those two did it.
Actually, that's the original one by DT.
Nice.
Also, that was a moon pearl on Desert Ledge.
Alright, so no access to that moon pearl. And it's like our tracker has notified us that there's a glove for Che4mo. We must have picked that up inside the dam. Because there was 300 rupees down in the sunken treasure.
Yep.
Alright, Che4mo heading into Mini Moldorm, one of the possible loaded areas. Having 5 checks inside of it.
Yep. Oh my. Che4mo, careful, please.
He's playing hard and fast with his life here.
Oh no!
He took a death, oh no!
F.
So now do you go back for the rematch, or do you put that off for a few minutes and Looks like he's going to use his glove and start back at Sanctuary to finish out that back of escape he was not able to do, having run out of bombs in the first pass of it.
Oh, I mean, that's such a scary thing to leave behind. It's Sphere 1, it's 5 checks. Plus, you have the flute anyway, so it's not that horrible of a return. Oh my gosh. Oh, send in, please. Send in.
Oh, not again.
Oh, no. Okay. That's actually smart.
Yeah, clever. Let the bee do the work for you.
Not much in here, but... Oh, there. Got down one. Oh no. Did he get crabbed? I looked away for a minute. Che4mo needs to be careful. One hit by a crab's gonna do him in. Oh, okay.
He's dodging him.
That was a little dicey there. Ether?
Alright, so finally a little bit of divergence here. We've got Che4mo going to check out Eastern, but Senin going to take the old man out of the dark, sequence break that, and explore a little bit of Death Mountain.
Yes, so... Che4mo!
Oh boy.
Ooh. Okay.
Did Senin just nope out of that dark cave? Because he went out with the old man without the old man.
Might have not gotten all the way to him. You know, there is one cruel and unusual punishment I'd like to see this tournament.
What's that?
So, with the change to V31 advanced placement, Lamp can be in Ganon's tower. With the right crystal pendant layout. Though I don't think that's the case today, but that could be interesting. Like, at some point this tournament to have Lamp in Ganon's tower.
Yeah, if you get the early fire rod, and then the key layout in Eastern is logically, you don't need the lamp. I suppose it could be way up there.
And then Mire, Turtle Rock, and Pod have to be pendants.
Actually, we just got a big dump of 50,000 seeds in locations. I think there's something like a 10 or 12% chance that lamp is not actually required. So we've got some stats to back up that it sure does happen.
Oh yes. So both of them in Eastern right now.
Yeah, actually, and Senin was the only one who checked Sahasrara. Che4mo did not. Nothing up in the front.
Nope.
So gonna have to sequence break and try and get something going, because they are quickly running out of checks. Now they do have logical access to Death Mountain with that flute, and Senin did not check Spectacle Rock, which is one of the few places that we could actually go. I guess Zora actually is in logic though.
Yeah, with that glove it is.
Alright, so 3 logical checks and 1 that Che4mo is about to check out of logic.
Bombs. I am sorry if you guys hear that. That would be my stomach.
It's about lunchtime. So Che4mo heading back, I guess realizing having save and quit, didn't have a mirror, couldn't set up for a death warp and get out of Eastern easily, has to head back for Sahasrara.
So, the thing with Zora, we don't have boots, we don't have Moon Pearl, we don't have flippers. So the only check in the Zora area that we can do is Zora himself.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of runners put off that one Zora check until they can at least get Waterfall.
We might not have a choice.
Mm-hmm. Really depends on what these 2 checks are going to be up in Spectacle Rock.
Money actually makes no difference in the logic whatsoever. The game can literally give you 0 rupees before Zora, and it's still in logic if you have the glove or flippers.
Spectacle Rock, nothing, so it's Zora. And to make the most use of this, while he can't use the Moon Pearl, doesn't have it to get into Waterfall, Senin's still going to fake Flipper, check out the island, possibly get Hobo, but going for Zora.
It's just faster to fake Flipper there, rather than walk around.
Yeah, not even bothering with Hobo or the island.
Because I saw a Rupee Star seed once where Zora was required and they had to farm up like almost 300 rupees just with like stun cries.
I commented a race where both runners had to farm rupees in Blind's Hut in Kakariko Village to get a glove off of Zora. It was a disaster. Alright, so we've got one required item here. Senin's about to pick up something interesting from Zora.
Shovel. Do you want to do a fetch quest?
Oh, does it have to be a fetch quest?
I think at this point it does.
Yeah. That's rude. Having a fetch quest as your last location. Ooh, and was that a cane or was that 20 rupees up there?
20
Oh,
rupees.
it's 20 rupees. Something red.
Nick, I have actually seen it happen where there was not nearly enough rupees laying around.
Che4mo about to get his shovel, and Senin gonna put his to good use. What's this one gonna be? Don't be another fetch quest.
Book for the Moon Pearl, I suppose. And something in Desert, because, that Moon Pearl doesn't actually open- well, actually, wait, no, we do have the hammer, never mind. Thought we didn't for some reason. So that's
Yeah,
our
that'll
Dark
be our
World
Dark World
access.
Hammer and a glove and a moon pearl. Yeah, go to Dark World. So there's at least one saving grace out of this seed. It was not agave required, unless oh shoot, that bow. There's a bow on Lumberjack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 27 minutes in, still no sword, but we do have Dark World access as soon as Senin and Che4mo pick up this Moon Pearl. Che4mo gonna have to get that book out of the dig spot first.
Just 20 rupees, so it's, boots lock, but that does get us our Moon Pearl.
Alright, so you've got Dark World open to you. You might as well go for density. There's a couple things to do. You could do Hype Cave, you could do Palace of Darkness.
Yes, Desert was a 5-6 crystal. But it's also 6-6, Boots could still be in Ganon's tower.
That's absolutely true. Boots could be in Ganon's tower, because you may not need to do Desert. And then going for value, gonna go down to the Hype Cave entrance. Hopefully we get a map check here soon. And we can start theory crafting about which dungeon we may be able to skip.
Alright, let's see it. Quake. Boots! What are those? Quake and Boots is nice. I'll give that a 5.
Boots are definitely nice. Now we still need a fire source to get that 5-6 crystal, but there is another item sitting in Desert Palace.
So we've got Green Pendant, Swamp Pendant Pod, and 5-6 Turtle Rock.
It's not the worst of layouts.
Hook shot.
Ooh. So there's your access to East Death Mountain too.
I thought it was Swamp that was Green Pendant, not Ice Palace.
It was Swamp.
Tracker? Hey.
Che4mo picking up the boots, Sen, and making further use of a shovel, a free shovel. Digging up a lot in this this dig game here. You know, even after that many digs and it's a rupee, I decide I earned those 20 rupees. I'm gonna pick them up.
Yep.
Bonk rocks with a nice heart piece to refill the health for Che4mo.
Getting a blue potion, not a bad idea. Oh, we're getting a pet check. Pet hype.
Well, you get the book early, you might as well do it.
Rupee horde.
Womp womp. And both runners taking the opportunity to head into the Dark World via the Skull Woods portal. Not full clearable, but you know, I've seen more than a few key items here.
Sword.
What'd I tell you? You're on the mic. All right, Che4mo heading for the back. Didn't find a key, so not wanting to get stuck in the pinball room, going for the safer choice. And there's his key. He's still playing a bit fast and loose with his health. He's kind of tanking some of the hits, which Senin also took a few of. Too many.
Sorry about that.
That's fine. We're still looking for that one item here in Skull Woods. Only 2 checks and possibly the big chest left. Oh, Che4mo, please. Alright, so it's inaccessible. It's either in the back or it's in the big chest itself. Alright, so we get some Village of Outcast checks. Che4mo finally getting over this way to do C-shaped house. He's got a full clearable Thieves Town too with that hammer. No reason not to go in there right away, as he does. For a Master Sword in the first chest, that's a nice one. I don't believe Che4mo checked Bumper Cave. I don't think, I don't know if Senin will. Not having the cape to even access it may not be worth the time, but it's always good to know if you can just cross a check off anyway.
Yep.
Alright, so front of Thieves Town, just having that Master Sword, 3 items there in the back. Senin, before going into Thieves Town, gonna check a few more of these overworld checks. Alright, both runners squarely in Thieves
Master
Town.
Sword? Oh, I missed
Yeah,
that.
Master Sword in that first chest. So, you know, despite having to kind of backtrack, Che4mo has picked up a lot of ground. Was not able to check the sanctuary, or not sanctuary, back of escape. Had to go back for Sahasrala's closet and items, both of which Senin was able to do on the first shot. But here Che4mo is in the bottom of Thieves Town, about to pick up the big chest, and head to Blind for our first boss fight in a minute. Oh, picking up a cane, so see, where does that open up for us? Nothing yet, but I suppose Meyer might be calling. We've got 2 medallions, we've got the boots and hookshot. Now we have Samaria. Only thing we don't have is fire. Alright, Che4mo taking on the first boss fight. Following the script very nicely for those first 2 phases. Missed one of those swings, but no problem. Takes down Blind quickly and gets the first crystal at 39 minutes, 21 seconds.
Yep. And Sinan not gonna be far behind.
Oh, that's right. Che4mo did not finish Village of Outcasts, whereas Senin did. So these runners are really close here. So I would imagine that they finish out the rest of the South Dark World circuit, and gonna have to find something quickly. I guess Palace of Darkness is also open for them. And we did say East Death Mountain's open for them with the hook shot, which is on Stumpy. And I'm gonna have to dodge some of these heads and some of these fireballs. Does not have a safety to bail him out of here.
Oh! One sword was in Thieves Town, the other was Skullets?
That's correct. Yeah, front of Thieves Town and front of Skullwoods. Now, Senin, as I mentioned, didn't have a safety, and now he's off script for blind. So not eager to go back in there just yet.
Fun fact, and I doubt that they'll do this or that anybody would do this, but if you're really desperate to get the script back, it is actually possible to do. It just takes quite a bit of time. If you go back to the maiden cell, Blind's still in there, and you can grab her again and take her back to the, boss room.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
So if it's a truly desperate situation where you cannot get more health or whatever, you can do that, but it's going to take a decent chunk of time to do. It's really only advisable if you know you're not going to win the fight without the script.
The old man on this turn, but
Flippers.
Che4mo saved him. For those flippers, nice.
No, Sinan does not have flippers. Blue mail?
Blue mail's nice. It's another blue thing. No, Senin did not rescue the old man. He did attempt it, but he did not succeed on his